Good morning. Welcome to chair yoga. Let's get started in your chair. As you take a seat, get comfortable, shift around, make sure that you are sitting tall with a tall spine. Bring your hands across your belly. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply through your nose. Notice how your belly presses into your hands and exhale slowly. Do that a couple more times. Inhale so fully, your belly presses into your hands, your ribs expand, and exhale. Release, open your eyes, rest your hands on your lap. Roll your shoulders around a few times, just getting the kinks out. Slide your shoulders down and back. Notice how your chest lifts. This puts you in a different conversation subliminally from body to mind. Interlace your hands. Stretch your interlaced hands out in front of you. Bring your hands back to you. Flip your palms. Press them away, not too forcefully, just to see how things feel. Come back. Press out, knuckles facing forward. Straighten your elbows, try to tear your hands apart. Feel the difference in your shoulders. Relax, bring your hands back. Flip your palms, press everything away. Back to your chest. Exhale, knuckles go forward, try to tear your hands apart. Warming up the shoulders, bring your hands back, flip your palms, press them away. Lock out your elbows if that feels okay. A couple more times here. Squeeze your fingers, try to tear them apart. What you're feeling is your deltoids, the caps on the tops of your shoulders. And release. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth. Noticing how that alone makes you feel. Neck, controlled articular rotation. Tuck your chin to your chest. Slide your chin over to the right. Press your chin over. Create a very slow roll, gazing up. Start to notice the stretch in the front of your neck, over to the side. Chin grazes your collarbone. Tuck your chin. And again, back around the circle. What you're doing here is you're exploring the fullest range of motion in your neck. This is so important for your overall physical health because your neck and head combined weight about 12 to 14 pounds. Tuck your chin in reverse direction. That's a lot of weight sitting on top of your body. The physics of which can truly create a host of problems down your spine. Big circles, nice and slow. Tuck your chin to your chest, gaze forward, gaze up. Some big nods here, tucking your chin, gaze forward and up. And release. Bring your arms out to a T. Spread your wings, palms facing forward, spread your fingers apart. Press your arms back. Press them back a little bit farther. Bring your arms together. Touch your palms. Reach forward without tilting your body forward. Just reach your fingertips forward. Open wide. Press back. Exaggerate the press. Touch and reach, protracting through the shoulders. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, protract. Let's add on. Open wide, look up. Exhale, tuck your chin and touch. Inhale, open wide. And touch and tuck. Think about exaggerating your motion, pressing back a little bit farther, looking up a little bit more. And when you exhale, tucking your chin a little bit more, rounding through your back, reaching your arms forward. You'll feel the stretch up and down your back, and then of course across your chest as you open up. One more time, tuck, touch, and release. Take your right arm, bend your elbow, and bring your arm across your body. Keep your fingers wide. Take your left hand and grasp onto your upper arm. Give it a gentle massage, even a little tug down. Open your arms wide, both arms. Bend your left elbow, bring right hand on top, and do the same second side. Just a gentle pull down. So targeting the deltoids and a little bit of the triceps. Triceps are on the back of your arm. Open your arms. Bend your elbows. Lift your elbows up. Maybe touch your fingertips above your head. Press your arms back and bring your elbows towards your ribs. Lift up and touch. Press back. Bring elbows down. Keep going. So what you're doing now is you're using the reflexes in your body to offset a natural kyphotic curve of your upper back that's from working. Your head's tilted forward, your upper back rounds, your pectorals are tight. So now as you press your elbows back, you're stretching and you're strengthening at the same time. One more time. Interlace your hands above your head. Bring your interlaced hands just in front of your forehead. Move your arms so that your left bicep is by left ear. And then do the same on the right. So starting out gentle, back and forth. Gradually, paying attention to how your shoulders feel, move your hands over your head and do the same. Squeeze your fingers together. Try to tear your hands apart as your biceps come closer to your ear. If that's too much to think about, just keep moving your arms. If your shoulders agree, bring your hands behind your head and do the same. And then over the top of your head, back and forth. And then front of brow, overhead, back of head. One more time through the sequence. This is range of motion work for your shoulders. It's strengthening, but it's also lengthening the muscular tissue. Stay with your hands behind your head if that's okay. Lift your chin, elbows point forward. Readjust your interlaced hands, press your elbows back, and then bring them forward. Press them back and forward. Begin to see that when you press them back, your upper back contracts, the muscles between your shoulders. Press them back, squeeze, pause, and bring them forward. Let's add on. Press them back. Lift your chin just until you feel a stretch. Tuck your chin. Squeeze your elbows in. Lift your chin, press your elbows back, look up. Tuck your chin and touch your elbows. Lift, open, tuck, and squeeze. This is great for neck. This is great for chest. This is good strengthening for shoulders. The heart is pumping. If you're breathing deeply, you're changing your biochemistry. It's really amazing what you can do just seated. Last time through, stay open, lift up. Lift your chest, look up. And release. Raise your right arm up. Reach it back, like you're doing a backstroke, and then switch. Continue. Just the easy motion, easy motion. How do you feel today? How do your arms feel? How do your shoulders feel? Sometimes we get a little too hard on ourselves, especially when faced with injury or recovery. But what can you do today that feels good? The next time you lift your right arm, lift it up, and then look backward as you touch the back of your chair. Look forward as your arm circles forward, and then switch. Left arm lifts. Touch the back of the chair with your elbow. Look forward, circle forward. Let's continue. So now adding a gentle twist. You can see that holding onto the arm of the chair, you can get a little bit more twist out of your spine, only if it feels good. Your arm leads the way, gaze follows. This is important. You're now twisting your torso, which is opening and closing the vertebra in your spine, stretching the muscles alongside your back. Breathing here. Every time you inhale, lift your arm. Every time you exhale, twist and come out of the twist. One more time each side. And release. Holding on to the back of the chair. Squeeze your elbows in and release. Squeeze elbows together and release a couple of times. So now getting very targeted here, pec minor. Squeeze elbows, release, squeeze elbows, hold, lift your chest, and release. Tuck your chin. Press your back into the chair. Inhale, lift your gaze, press your chest forward, squeeze your elbows in, lift your gaze, good. Release, tuck, round through your back. Twice more. So all of your muscles are interconnected through myofascial tissue. Even if your shoulders feel tight, the rest of the areas surrounding are also likely tight. And release. Seated cat-cow. Bring your arms up to goalpost arms. Bring your elbows and palms together. Feel the stretch across your upper back. And then press your bent elbows back. Tuck your chin the next time you touch elbows and palms. Open, lift your gaze. Continue. 3 more. Begin to exaggerate the motion and the movement. And release. Bring our attention down to the lower body. Raise your right leg. Roll your foot around. Slow the roll. Every time you bend your ankle, reverse the direction. Take time with this. The mobility in your ankle joint cascades up your leg. It also affects your feet. If you have balance or crampy feet, that kind of thing, this is great stuff here, right here. Point your toes. Point, point, point. And then think about lifting your foot another ½ inch. You can put your hand in your quadricep and feel the muscles working. The other thing you're doing is you're strengthening around your knee. So if you have knee pain, this is one of the things you would do in physical therapy. Release, bend your knee, straighten your knee, point your toe. Flex your ankle, bend your knee. Straighten and point, flex and bend. 3 more times. Point, flex and bend. You may already find that you're getting more space out of your low body here. Good. Do second side. Sitting tall, stretch your left leg out and create some ankle circles. One direction and then reverse. So runners or walkers, sometimes you may have some pain here that is known as shin splints. Usually that happens in the spring when you get outside in your walking routine. You may also experience shin splints from working on your feet. So this is the stretch and the contraction of the muscles that are affected. Point your toes, hold the point. Lift your leg up a little bit higher, touch your quadriceps, feel them working. Flex your ankle, bend your knee. Straighten your knee, point your toe. Work at your own speed. Sometimes this is confusing for brain, but that's good for your brain. Because what's happening is the two sides are now lighting up, which is great. It's the same kind of thing that happens in travel or during an exciting time, exciting news, or learning something new. Point, flex, and release. Start to notice the changes and differences between your sides. And release. Nice work. Let's get into hips. Cross your thighs. So left thigh starting, left thigh over right, squeezing, no space. Sit tall and lean forward just enough until you feel a stretch in your low back. Let your head go. Roll up, look up. Lean forward, tuck your chin, roll up, look up, and continue. Let's do that a couple more times. Hold on to the arms of your chair and then close your eyes. Rocking is another way to turn on your parasympathetic response. That's the place where endorphins are flowing and stress hormone is completely diminished. Stay in the forward fold. Tuck your chin, let your head go. Rock your upper body side to side. And now dangle. If at any point something doesn't feel good, then go back to an earlier position that did feel good. Roll up. Stay in the cross legs or slide your ankle on top of your knee. If this is not working for knees, then stay with the cross legs or even crossed ankles. Let's do that same motion. Forward and back. Forward and back. Last time. If your legs are crossed, it's another time to dangle. If you're in the figure 4 stretch, you can hold on to your leg or let your arms dangle or stack your hands. Just let your head go. You will feel a definite stretch in your outer hip. 3 breaths. Rolling up. Do that series on the second side. Shake it out. This time, take your right leg, squeeze the two together, forward and back. And the forward and back is really just a way for mind and body to talk. When you trip or fall, there's not a lot of time for communication to happen. So body is sometimes caught unprepared, unaware. And that's when injury can happen. So we practice movement to help the body learn what's happening. When there's new movement, forward fold, dangle, let your head go. Take 3 deep breaths in through your nose. And these long exhalations. That's when things like your heart rate drops, your blood pressure drops, endorphins flow. Those are your feel-good hormones, and the stress hormone goes away. Roll up. Stay in this position or slide your foot on top of your leg. Of course, shift around your chair if you need more room, whatever works. And here we are. This is a more intense version of a hip opener. So shift around, get comfortable, leaning forward and back, just back and forth. Go until the point where you feel a stretch in your outer hip. That's the target here. Outer hip, IT band, inner thigh, getting it all. And when your body's ready, you can round forward, adjust your arms, let your body dangle, let your head dangle. You'll notice sensation, but there should be no pain. Fill your lungs. Feel the expansion across your upper back, and slowly exhale. Twice more. Slowly roll up. Take it out, sit tall. Let's do an arm stretch and some balance work, standing tall. So coming off your chair, finding a wall. Place your fingertips on the wall. And then subtract 2 to 3 fingertips. Subtract until you feel like you are really rolling the dice here. So maybe 1 fingertip on the wall. Softly bend your knees. Place your hand on your waist. Lift the foot that's closest to the wall. Slowly bring your knee up. Not too far, just enough. Press your knee out to the side. Kick your heel back. Bring your knee forward and touch the ground. And then switch. So that is some hip mobility work with the balance element. 1 finger on the wall, maybe 2 fingers on the wall, creates a lot of instability, but in a safe way. Instability is good, especially when it's controlled. You're working on these stabilizing muscles of your ankles and knees and hips. Your hand on your waist, lift your inside foot and see how that is. Remember, keep a soft bend in your standing leg. Stand tall, looking forward, not down. Lift your foot up as high as you feel like, and then press your knee out to the side. See how that goes. Press your heel back. Bring your knee forward. and put your foot down. Shake it out. So if you are experiencing any shoulder, elbow, or hand injury at this time, go as gently as you can for the shoulder stretch. Facing your wall, extend your right arm out. Your body, the inside of your arm, and your palm will all be against the wall. Spread your fingers. Slowly turn your body away from your arm until you feel a stretch in your shoulder. Keep your gaze lifted. Keep turning until you feel a stretch, but absolutely no pain. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and switch. This is a very valuable stretch for you if you work at a computer or if your head's down and tilted forward a lot. Extend your left arm out from your shoulder, spread your fingers wide, press your body and arm and palm into the wall. Slowly turn to the right until you feel a stretch, but no pain, no pinching, no tingling, no numbness. Those are all signs of nerve impingement. Find the place where you feel a stretch. Breathe into that stretch. Feel the stretch down your biceps. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Turning back. Release. And come back to a seat. Let's finish with some wrist and forearm work. Interlace your hands in front of you. Lift your elbows. Look at your palms. They should be facing you. Squeeze your fingertips together and try to tear your hands apart. So you may have to get your grip a couple times. What this is doing, it's putting your wrists in traction, which is good because they can get jammed. All of your joints can get jammed and inhibit your motion. Shake it out. Raise your arms in front of you, create 2 fists. Bend your wrists, but keep your elbows straight. Feel the stretch on your forearm. Keep your right arm, right wrist bent. Take left hand on top and just gently add some pressure. The sensation you're feeling is from your work, either typing or driving. Release. Second side, a fist. Bend it. Grasp, remembering the straight elbow. Coming to a stretch, but never pain. And release. Opposite. Make the sign of the international stop symbol. Straighten your elbow if possible. Take your opposite hand. And then keeping your fingers together, press the stop hand into the opposite hand. Stretching the wrist. The temptation is to bend your elbow. See about straightening your elbow. If they're not comfortable, there's a lot of tension in the wrists. Take a moment, take your thumb and press up into your hand. Let your hand flop around. Keep pressing, massaging, getting a little bit more space in your wrist. Shake it out. Second side. The stop symbol, squeeze your fingertips together, lock out your elbow, and begin a gentle press. Breathe into it. Your body does not lie. It holds on tightly. You're feeling sensation because of the immense amount of work you do with your hands. Really shake it out. Take your left thumb and begin to press up into your hand right at the center of your wrist. Get all areas just under the hand, pressing up, pressing up. Shake it out and release. Thank you for joining me. You should feel great from tip to toe. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time on the chair.